Okay guys, so today we are going to build a bookstore together, and all of this using only free resources. So WordPress is free, the theme that we're going to use is free, and all the customization tools that we're going to use are also free. Now the only cost involved clearly is the hosting, which obviously you cannot bypass if you want to be online, but don't worry, because for that I have you covered as well with specially discounted prices started at just $2.49 per month. So not even the price of a cup of coffee. Now we are going to go through all the steps one by one, and if you follow these steps you'll end up with a beautiful website like this one with a very nice hero section to promote your latest release, an about us section to introduce yourselves, then a section to showcase the best-selling books, and then links to a few YouTube videos as well to introduce maybe some book reviews or something like that, and then also a podcast section that your visitors can listen to. And then we have our product page as well with the price, description, and also I'm going to show you how you can create advanced custom fields to personalize your product section. Now, if you don't feel like building this yourself, you can always hire us and have it done professionally. All you have to do is to go on our website, mrweb.tv, choose the type of project you want to get up and running, and you'll know immediately how much this is going to cost you. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the very first step is to click on the link in the description below where it says Get Hosting Now, and this will bring you to the Hostinger website. So as you can see here, this is a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger. So that means that we have negotiated the best terms possible for our audience. So by using the link in the description below, you'll have access to up to 91% discount, so depending on seasonal offers, of course. And I'm also going to provide you a coupon code Mr. Web Reviews that will give you access to an additional 10% discount. And then from here, all you have to do is either click on this button here, Start Now, or scroll down the page, and here you can select which web hosting you want to go for. So let's click on Select. And now from here, you have to select your billing cycle. As you can see, you have 4 different options. So let's say if you selected 1 year, this will give you access to 76% discount. If you selected 2 years, again, 76% discount. And if you selected 4 years on the longest billing cycle, you get a whopping 80% discount. So you're saving altogether $480 altogether. So this is massive discount you can get access to. And I'm going to give you a coupon code for even additional extra savings. So click on Have a Coupon Code, and here enter all in capital letters Mr. Web Reviews, and then click Apply. And there you go. Instead of $480 savings, now you save $488 in total. So incredible savings to be made. And then scroll down the page and then select your payment method and proceed to checkout. And now that you're registered with them, you can go back to the home page and click Login here, and then you can log into your account. So before you can use their services, you have to confirm that this is you. So normally they would have sent you an email confirmation. If you haven't received it, you can always click on Resend Activation Email, then go to your mailbox and click on the link that's inside that email, okay? And then it will bring you back here and then you'll be okay. So once you've clicked on that link in the email, you can refresh your page and that message should disappear normally. Okay, very good. So as you can see, that message is now gone. So the next step is to claim our free domain. So when you build a website, obviously you need a domain name, and this is kindly provided for free as part of your premium shared hosting. So all we have to do now is to click on Claim Domain, and right here you're going to type in the domain name that you'd like to register. So for instance, let's say Mr. Web Bookstore, okay, as an example here, and then you can select your extension. So you have .in for India, .me for personal account, .com, which is the most popular one, and you can select among a few different options here. So let's go ahead with the .com, for instance, and then after that you check the availability. So click on this. And as you can see, this one, fortunately enough, is available. So all we have to do after this is click Claim Domain and then fill out your details. So you have to select your country. So we're based in Ireland ourselves. And then you select if it's for personal or business use. And then enter your details and then continue. And there you go. As you can see, now you need to confirm that you are the rightful owner of that domain name. So you should have received an email again. Go and open that email in your mailbox, click the link inside that email, and then come back to this page. And now you can see that your domain name is fully registered. So now we can come back to the home page. And the next step is to set up our hosting. As you can see here, premium shared hosting is pending setup. So let's click on this. So from here, click Start Now. You can skip this step altogether. From here, select Create a new website. Now we're going to select our CMS platform, content management system, which is WordPress. Select. And from here, make sure that you tick this box here, Add Woocommerce, because this is the plugin that we need to create an e-commerce website. And then click Continue. We're not going to select any of those templates. Click this link here, skip, I don't need a template. And then you choose the domain name. So this is the one we just registered, or you can link another one. That's really up to you. So let's click select. And one last step before we finish our setup is to select the server location. So as you can see, you can select among all these different options. So select either the one that's the nearest to you or the nearest to your target audience, obviously, you know. So let's say if most of your visitors are coming from America, you can select among two different options. You have USA or Arizona, and then you have North Carolina. So again, East Coast, West Coast, really up to you. Maybe if your customers are based in Europe, you might select one based in Europe. So in our case here, we're based in Ireland, so we might select Lithuania, which is probably the nearest, and then click change, and then finish setup. And there you go, as you can see, well done, you are ready. So basically everything's been taken care of. So we've registered the domain name, we set up our hosting and the SSL certificate, WordPress, and the theme has been installed all together for us in just one click of the mouse. So super easy to use. And now from here you can decide whether you want to go to your WordPress dashboard and start editing your website, or do you want to go back to the hosting and control panel. So let's go back to our control panel. Very good, and as you can see here, your website is running smoothly, no issues with font, which is absolutely perfect. So from here, basically, you have access to everything, your file manager, your database, your WordPress dashboard, etc., etc. So now I'm just going to show you one more thing, which is how to create emails linked to your domain name. So for this, we go to emails, click on this, email accounts, and then click on the account to which you want to create emails for. Very good, and now let's click on this one here, the big plus sign. And from this screen, all you have to do is put the email address that you want to create. So for instance, bookings@taxibookingwebsite.com. It could be info@, maybe accounts@, sales@, or maybe your name@, whichever you want, okay? And then insert a password, and then let's click create. And there you go, as you can see, info@taxibookingwebsite.com was created. Now you can create as many as you want, obviously. So after this, we can go back to our website now. And from here, you can either manage your website or edit the website. So if you click on edit website, this will bring you to the WordPress dashboard. So let's click on this together. Very good. So welcome to our WordPress dashboard. So from here, the first step is to do a bit of cleaning up. As you can see, there's a lot of things here by the side that we don't need. So for this, we go to plugins and then bulk select them all right here. And then untick WooCommerce, because that's the only one we're going to keep, okay? And then bulk action, deactivate, apply. And then bulk select them all. And again, untick WooCommerce. Again, this is the only one we're going to keep. Select delete and then apply. And then click OK. There you go. Now they're all gone. So if you go back to our dashboard, as you can see, we're a much cleaner environment to work in. Okay. So from here, you can dismiss this message. So let me show you what our website looks like at the moment. So this is the default theme that comes with WordPress. This is the 2022, and we're going to change this around and make it look fantastic. Okay. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. So first, let's take care of our theme. So we go to appearance, themes, add new. And from here, we're going to install the Astra theme, which is right here. So if you don't find it here in the recommended ones, you can also go into the search box and type Astra, and there it is. And as you can see, if you hover on top, it will reveal an install button. So click on this and now activate. Very good. So click on the theme details and Astra options. And now from here, we're going to install the importer plugin. So this one here, click on that. And this is going to allow us to install all the starter templates. So basically we can install any demo content with just one click of the mouse. So there it is. Scroll down, build our website. We're going to select Elementor as a page builder. And from here, go to e-commerce, select Bookstore. And there it is. As you can see, this is a pre-made template for Bookstore. So click on this. And now we can start the installation. So skip and continue. You can select your color theme immediately here, up to you, you know, as you can see at the moment it's mainly purple, but you can select red, you can select maybe orange or whatever matches basically your company logo and your colors, you know, so maybe blue. So let's go maybe with a nice color like this one, okay? And then you can select your font as well, because the font will set the mood obviously of your website. So as you can see with this nice font here, we're very nice, but you can select another one. Maybe you prefer this, or maybe a bolder one or something like that, you know. So select whatever font you're comfortable with and then click continue. And from here, you can fill out the details if you want to receive special offers and newsletters. And then now click submit. And there you go. As you can see, this is done now. And now we can click on this button here, exit to dashboard. Very good. And now let's have a quick look at our website. So this is what it used to look like. So if you refresh our page, and there you go, as you can see, it looks absolutely fantastic. And all of this has been recreated for us in just one click of the mouse. And as you can see, we have all our different products, our different books. And now we're going to customize this to fit our own requirements. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. And let's take care of the main structure of our website, which is our bookstore, basically. Okay, so this is based on products and e-commerce. So you have Woocommerce and you have the product section here. So if you click on this, and this is basically where you will upload all your books. So let's take care of this first. As you know, this is the most important part of a bookstore, obviously, is where you upload your books and what information you want to share with your visitors as well. So if you go back to our website here and let's scroll down, let's open one of them, okay, just to show you what it looks like. Very good. So as you can see at the moment, we have the title with the price, the shipping, a description, and that's basically it. And reviews as well. We could have reviews as well, you know. So this is basically it. And then we have cross sell as well here underneath from maybe books that are related to this one, or maybe from the same category or same tags. So that's basically it. Now, I've looked around and I saw another example here. And as you can see, they provide a lot more information. You have author, category, format, year, pages, publisher, and language. So maybe you want to create this and make it look similar to this, okay? So let me show you how we can do that. So by default, this is what we get, the information we get. So we're going to add more fields to our product section. So if you go back here and have a look at our products, let's say this one here, let's open it together. As you can see, you have the title, the description, an image, the price, the category, and that's basically it. And you have product tags as well. That's it, you know. So now what if we wanted to add author, format, year, pages, publisher, and language? Because this is something that's going to be very helpful to your visitors, obviously, you know. So for this, again, we're going to use only free tools. So we're going to add an extra plugin to help us do so. So now we go to plugins again, and in the search box, type in ACF. So ACF stands for Advanced Custom Fields. So be careful here. Select this one, is the one here by WP Engine. It's not this one here, it's that one in green, okay? So let's click install and then activate. And now we can create our custom fields. So let's scroll down the options here. As you can see, you have custom fields here at the bottom. Click on this. And now we can add our field group. So let's click on this and let's give it a name. So for instance, book details. And now we can add our different fields. Okay, so let's go back here, have a quick look. So we have author. So let's start with this one. So this would be a text field, I suppose, you know. So let's type here author. It will create the field name automatically. Very good. So let's add a new one. So the second one we're going to add will be format. So you can have hardcover, softcover, or anything like this, you know. And for this, we might go for multiple choice because all the books are generally the same. So instead of text, this time we're going to select checkbox. So where is it now? Just right here. Very good. And let's place the name. So this is format. And then we're going to put all the options one per line. Okay. So the first one is hardcover. And then we have paperback. And perhaps, let's say vintage, okay? Why not? That's basically it. And then save this one. So we can create another one now. So the next one would be the year, okay? And for the year, we can keep text. So let's give it a label name. The field name is year. So add next. So next would be pages. So we have text again. So pages, name, add the next one. So the following one is the publisher. So maybe you have a selection of publishers, you know. So again, we could have maybe a multi-select. So checkbox again, and then field name will be publisher, and give the different options here. So there you go. Basically, it's something like this. You know, I found a few online and copy pasted them. And now we need to assign all these fields to the product section here. So how can we do so? Well, we'll go to our settings here and we need to select the post type. So basically here, this is a post taxonomy. And right here, select product type, simple, okay? And now we can save. There you go. As you can see, these are all the fields. And now they should normally be linked to our product section. So if we go back to our products, let's open the same product again, the first one here. And if we scroll down the page, as you will see, we have all the book details. Now you can enter the name of the author, select the format of the book, the year, the pages, and who the publisher is. And that's basically it for our custom fields. Now we can go to the next step, which is creating our different categories. So we go to categories. As you can see, we have those two sample ones, fantasy and sci-fi, but obviously you're going to create all the categories that you have in your actual bookstore, okay? So for instance, we could have biography, for instance, and then right here you could have a description and then add new category. And then you will do so with as many as you have. So there you go, perhaps something like this. As you can see, I've created quite a few here, and you can do so with as many as you have. Now, next, we're going to take care of our tags. So let's click on this. Okay, so what's the difference between a product tag and categories? Okay, so if you were to walk physically into a bookstore, you would see shelves and the books on them. And on top of the shelves, you probably have the name of that section. So it could be non-fiction, for instance, okay? Or maybe romance, or maybe history or geography or something like this, okay? And then once you look at that section itself, you'll have all different books on different subjects related to that main section. So the main section would be the category, and the tags would be like a subdivision of those type of categories, okay? So let's say if you had non-fiction, you could have, for instance, maybe gardening or web development, or maybe how to fix a car, or things like this, okay? So these would be tags, and this is where you can create them. And this will help your visitors find exactly the book that they're looking for. And you can again just type in the name here. So let's say gardening, add new tag. And then you can do the same with as many as you can think of. Okay, so let me show you from the front end how this works basically, okay? So as you can see, we have the product description here, and just underneath we have the category, which is fantasy, and we have all the different tags. So if I click on fantasy here, you'll see all the books all at once, but they're not all related to sci-fi or any of those subjects. So now if I go back here and I click on sci-fi, this will narrow down the searches to just sci-fi related books. So that's basically the difference between the two. Very good. So now that we've created a custom fields, a categories and tags, we can start creating our products. So for this, we go to all products, and right on top, we can create a new one. So add new. So first we have our title. So I have another page here on the other screen I have. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. So this is a new book that's going to come out very soon. So The Great Lighthouses of Ireland. And then we're going to put the description here. So this is the full description. So I'm just going to copy and paste again, So Control C, Control V, there you go. And now if we scroll down the page, you will see you also have a short description. So this is the teaser basically, okay? So as you can see, this is the short description, and this would be the long description, okay? So basically you take the best part of this, so maybe the first 2 lines or something like this, So Control C and Control V. And then you're going to put the price, obviously. So this one is $27.99. I can see online. And we're going to select a category. So let's say this one is probably, let's say history, okay? But it might fit into different categories. Could be history and also with a mixture of non-fiction or maybe romance or whatever. So feel free to select any of them. And then we're going to add a tag. And now for the tags, you have to put yourself in your visitor's shoes. What would they be looking for? Most likely lighthouses, I would say, if they were looking for that book, so add, and most likely something related to Ireland. So we can put Ireland as well, okay? So there you go. And now we can take care of our book details. So the author is David Hare. This is a paperback, the year 2023. How many pages? It says, so that's 288 pages, and let's select one of them, okay? So let's say maybe Macmillan Publishers. There you go. And now one last step is to upload the image. As you can see, you have product image and then product gallery. So product image, this is the main image you want to show on the website. So this is the one here. And then underneath is the additional images, extra images you want to show. Okay, so let's set the product image. You can select your file, upload the image, open. And let me put myself here. There you go. And then you click this button here, set product image. And that's basically it. Now we can click publish. And now let's have a quick look, okay? So we can preview this. So right click, open in a new tab, and let's see what this looks like. So as you can see, this is our product description, the image and everything. history, tags, Ireland and lighthouse, and this is our full description. So that looks absolutely great, doesn't it? Now we're only missing a bit of information here. Obviously we don't have those details here. So the author, the format, the year, the page, and the publisher. So we're going to add a bit of line here of code just underneath this. So I'm going to show you how to do this. It's very easy, super simple to do, and you can copy and paste that from products to products. So very easy to do. Okay, so let's do this together now. So what we're going to do is basically to type in a bit of code here. Okay, so it starts with square brackets, ACF field equals, and then air quotes, and then closing brackets. So don't put any spacing in between those, exactly like I type it here, okay? And then we're going to insert the name of that field. So let's have a quick look now. We go back here in ACF groups, book details, and as you can see, you have all the different names here. If you hover next to it, you can copy and paste that automatically. So the first one is the author, okay? And we paste this here, Control V. And then we can do the same with the other 5. So what we're going to do, just copy and paste this 5 times. There you go, 5 times in total. And then we can copy and paste those names. So there you go. All together we have 5 of them. Now we can update. And now let's have a quick preview. So we go back here, scroll down the page. And as you can see now, those details are right here. We have the author, the type of book, the year, how many pages, and the publisher. So now we can tweak this around a little bit. We can add maybe a little bit of text in front of them. So let's do this together. So this one is the author. There you go. And now let's have a quick refresh and see how this looks like. Very good. So this is nice. Now, obviously, you can tweak this around the way you want. You can underline this, maybe have bold letters, italic or whatever, but you get the idea. You can tweak this around the way you want it, obviously, you know. So this is everything for our product page now. Okay, so let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. And now that we've created our products, we can take care of our Woocommerce settings as well. So let's set up our business model and our taxes, shipping rates, etc., etc. So if you click on Woocommerce here, it will bring you to that screen. You can skip this all together. No thanks. And this is going to bring us back here. Okay, so now we go to settings. And as you can see on top, we have different tabs and we have to fill out all of these, including payment methods and all of that. Okay, so the first details we need to enter is the address. So this is for the invoicing, obviously, you know, and also physical address so people know where you are located. So perhaps something like this. Okay, and then you can define where you're selling to. So are you selling to all the countries except for a few, or to specific countries? So let's say maybe you're based in the UK or United States, you're only selling to that country, maybe only within the United States. How do you do this? Well, basically you sell to specific countries and then you select here United States. There you go, United States, and that's basically it. Okay, maybe you're selling to Canada as well. Let's say Canada. There you go. And then where do you ship? Well, normally you ship to the countries you're selling to, but you can have other options as well. Ship to all countries, ship to specific countries only, or disable shipping and all of that. But normally here it should be ship to all countries you sell to. So you're selling to Canada and United States, you're only shipping to those 2 countries. So are you VAT registered? Are you registered tax? Do you want to charge a tax on top? Yes or no? If this is the case, tick this box here. Do you want to enable coupon codes? This is a very nice marketing tool, obviously, you know, you might want to do so, yes or no. And then let's go to the next step here, which is your currency. So if you're based in the United States, most likely you're dealing in dollars. Where's the currency position? And then the 1,000 decimal separators as well. After this, save changes. So that's just done for this already. Now we go to the product section. And from here, the only 2 things you have to take care of is make sure that your shop page is selected. So if it's not there, just make sure you select the shop page, which should be created automatically normally. And then you can select if you want to enable reviews, yes or no. So again, this is really up to you. And then save changes. And then after that, we're going to go to the inventory tab. So do you keep inventory? Do you want to do this through the website or not? If it's so, enable stock management, and basically everything will be taken care of under the same website. Okay. Next, we're going to set up our taxes. And here you're going to define how you enter the prices on the website. Okay, so as you can see, price entered with tax. Yes, I will enter price inclusive of tax or exclusive of tax. So technically here, normally if it's a bookstore, it should be aimed at end users. So normally it should be inclusive of tax, because usually visitors want to know how much they have to pay. And this should be normally including taxes. Okay, you can calculate taxes based on the customer shipping address, billing address, or shop-based address. Normally, it should be the shipping address as well, but depending on where you live in the world, it might be different. Just make sure this is the right one for you. Shipping classes as well. So, and then you define how you want to display the prices in the shop. So in the front end, excluding tax or including tax. Again, end user should be including tax. Display prices at the checkout should be normally including tax as well. And then save changes. And now we're going to define our tax rate. So we go to standard rates. And this is where you're going to enter the VAT rate in your country. So we're going to insert a row. There you go. Country code. So this should be US, United States. And you can break this down in different states as well, even down to zip codes, but normally it should apply to the whole of the United States or the whole of the UK or whichever country you're in, obviously, you know. So I believe in the United States, the VAT rate is 10%. And that's basically it. After this, click Save Changes. And you can do the same as well if you have reduced rates and zero rates as well that you want to apply to certain products. Now let's take care of our shipping details. Very good. And right here, you can create your shipping zone. So if you click on this, now you can add the zone. So let's say United States, okay? And then you can break this down into zip code as well if you wanted to. Now it's maybe the same cost nationwide, that depending on your courier company or whomever you're working with. And then you can add the shipping method here. So is it a flat rate, free shipping, or local pickup? Normally it should be flat rate, add shipping method. And then you add the cost. Okay, so let's click on this now to edit. And how much is it? Let's say $5.99 for shipping. There you go. And that's it basically. Now your shipping rate will be applied to everyone, to all the orders at $5.99. Now perhaps you're using a courier service, maybe USPS, let's say, okay? So how can you add USPS to WooCommerce here? So let me show you. For this, we have to go back to the WordPress dashboard. We go to plugins, add new. And in the search box here, type in WooCommerce, followed by the company that you're using. So let's say USPS, okay? And we have to look for a plugin that will apply to this. So we have USPS Simple Shipping for WooCommerce. And as you can see, this will calculate the rates for domestic shipping dynamically. So all done for you automatically, no hassle. So what we're going to do, we're going to just install this and then activate it. And now if we go back to our WooCommerce page, we can refresh this. And as you can see now we have USPS Simple, so that's been added, okay? So let's click on this. And then you can configure all the settings here, obviously, you know, so you can select if you want to use Priority Mail Express, Priority Mail, First Class Mail, and then you can untick the options that you don't want to use, you know. So I'm not too familiar with this, obviously, but let's say if you don't want Sunday holiday, untick, hold and pick up, untick, then maybe you just want to keep Priority Mail Express, and then scroll down the page, save your changes, and this will apply at checkout automatically. And now let's take care of our payment settings. So as you can see, by default, you're offered with a few different options here. Your cash on delivery, check payment, direct bank transfer, and WooCommerce payments. So technically, I don't think cash on delivery and check payment is suitable for online business, but it's really up to you. You can enable them if you wanted to, maybe direct bank transfer as well. But obviously when you run an e-commerce website, you want to get paid up front, obviously by card, debit card, and so on. So as you can see, you have the WooCommerce payments here, which offer this option, but they're working only through Stripe, which might not be convenient for you. And then they charge an extra fee as well. So I'm going to show you a method here that's way more efficient. And maybe you can work and use PayPal if you want. You can use Stripe, maybe Google Pay or Apple Pay or any of those services. Okay, so what do you do then? But basically we go back to our WordPress dashboard, plugins, add new, and right here you're going to type WooCommerce followed by the payment method. So we're going to try Stripe, for instance. Okay, so WooCommerce and then Stripe. And there you go. You have all these different plugins now showing up. And as you can see, you have 900,000 plus activation here, and so on and so on. So you have to select one that suits you, you know. So for instance, we can go with this one. Why not? So install this one, Stripe Payment Gateway. You can read the reviews as well, you know, and then activate. Very good. And now if we go back to our payment method here and refresh, as you can see, now we have all these added methods here from Stripe. So what we're going to do is to set up the main one here, credit card Stripe, enable this. And now we need to connect our account. So click on this and then now just follow all the steps one by one. And that's basically it. Once you followed all the steps, you'll be brought back to that screen, and you have to do a little bit of settings here. So basically for your statements, as you can see, our company is everything custom built limited, you know, so you can change this yourself here, maybe to something else, whatever people know you as, and then save changes. That's it. And now we'll be able to receive payments online via Stripe. And we are nearly there now. So next we go to emails. And all we have to do, basically, this is just to tweak the content of your email, so you can change this, but those default ones are fine, you know, but this is really up to you. You can edit them. But the only thing you might want to change is just to make sure that the from address is the right email, that the name of your store is properly entered here, and then maybe use the colors of your actual branding, you know. So if your company uses red, maybe you can change this color here and go to the red section, and then select your color code, you know. So that's basically it. So I click Save Changes. And then one last thing we need to take care of, Advanced. And make sure that those pages are linked properly. So the cart page, make sure that the cart page is linked. So there's this cart, okay, check cart and my account and so on. And then again, scroll down the page and save changes. And that's it. We're all done for our settings and preparing the structure of our website. And now we can take care of the look and the layout of our website in the front end. So now that's the exciting part. Obviously, you're going to put your personal touch. So let's go ahead with this. Okay, so the first thing we need to take care of, obviously, is our front page, because this is the most important one. This is where everyone will land first, and you have to make a big statement, obviously. Okay, so let's have a quick look at our page. As you can see, I have a main book here, the new release. So we could use maybe the book that we just created ourselves, you know, with the lighthouses. Why not? As you can see, with biography, John Roberts. So this probably doesn't apply to your business model. So you might want to change all of this. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we can take care of that. So there are two ways of editing the page. You can either go here on top and click Edit Page, or you can go back to the back end, go to all the pages here, and then locate the home page, which is this one, and then hover on top and click Edit with Elementor. So either way is fine, you know. And welcome to Elementor. So if you've never used Elementor, Elementor is basically a page builder, a drag and drop page builder. Okay, so as you can see on this side, this is the preview of our page, and these are all the elements, all the widget basically that you can use and drag and drop them on your page just like this. Okay, so how does this work? Well, very simply, as you can see, if I hover here, we have a section. As you can see, a frame all around it. So if I click on this, this is a section. Now let's go underneath. As you can see, you have this one here. If I click on this, this is a column. Again, this one as well. So I have two columns here, and each column has a different amount of elements. Okay, so this one is a heading, this one is a text editor, and those two are most likely buttons. There you go. And this one should be an image. Okay, and basically this is what you do. You drag and drop them here. So basically this design and layout is done for us. So the easiest thing to do is probably to change the layout and change the content to fit our own business model, obviously, you know. So right here on top, this is our hero section. So this is the most important section on our website, obviously. So you can use that space to promote maybe the latest release, or maybe you have a big stock of one certain type of book. So let's say we have this one here, you know, the Great Lighthouses of Ireland. Maybe you can use this space to promote specifically this book here. So let's take the copy and paste this. So we take the title and we're going to change this. So to do so, all you have to do is click on this and then change the content here. Control V. There you go. So maybe this is a little bit too big, maybe a little too small. You can tweak this around, obviously, you know. And for this, we go to Style. And as you can see, you have the text color, the typography. So typography, it's a fancy word for font, basically. Okay, this is where you can change everything related to your font. And as you can see, you can change the size. So you can use that slider here and select the right size for you. Okay, so maybe you want it to be not too big, not too small. Let's say maybe 65. Okay, and you can just leave it like that. And then let's add our small content, our teaser here. So let's grab this one. So Control C. Let's click on this and then paste the content. There you go. Very nice. And now we can change our image here. And now we can select our image. So this is it, the lighthouse. Very good. So as you can see, this looks absolutely great, doesn't it? Now, if you find that the image is maybe too big, too overpowering, you can change the size. You can use the slider here and make it slightly smaller, just like this. This would be just the perfect ratio, okay? And now let's take care of our buttons here. As you can see, I have buy now and read sample. So the read sample, we might not need this, so we can delete this. So right click, delete, and let's take care of the buy now button. So this is basically the link straight to the product page. So which is it? Well, it's this one, okay? So what we do is just go to the address bar, Control C, go back here, and where you have the hashtag here, Control V. That's it. So let's click update, and let's put this to the test. So if you go to the home page, there it is. That looks very nice. Buy now, and there it is, straight to the product page. How nice is that? So now let's scroll down the page. Let's take care of our next section. So it says biography here. So you can use this maybe to promote another book and link this button to a product page. This is really up to you. Or you can use that space maybe for an about us section, just to let people know about yourself and something like this. So maybe you can replace the image here with an actual picture of yourself with your actual bookstore, you know. So upload file, select file. I found one here online. So open and then insert. So there you go. This could be a nice picture, I mean, to link yourself and build trust as well, so people can see physically where they're buying from, which is a very nice touch, you know. So here, instead of biography, you could change this and type about us, perhaps, you know. And then here, instead of John Roberts, you could have maybe your USP, maybe a tagline or something like that. Or maybe simply since 1995 or something like this. Let people know that you've been in business for a long time, perhaps. Maybe this is the most important piece of information they need to know. And underneath here, if you click on this, obviously you can change and type in whatever content you want about yourself. And then this button here, we could link this, for instance, to the About Us page, you know. So you might have to come back obviously afterwards and put the link here to the About Us page once it's created. So let's keep scrolling down. So right here, as you can see, you have 4 different sections. So this is again to build trust and authority in your field. So maybe you won an award, you want to emphasize this, or maybe how many books you've sold, maybe how many customers you have, maybe you know famous people or something like this. Use this section to emphasize that as well. So if you click on this, as you can see, this is called an image box. So you can upload an image, which will be displayed right on top. Underneath, you have a title and then a description. So you can use this and tweak this around, obviously, to emphasize the most important part of your business and the journey you've gone through, obviously, you know. Okay, so let's keep scrolling down our page. And now we have our best-selling book section. So the most important section is this one here. If you click on this, as you can see, this is a short code. So the only control you have over this is basically how many products you want to display and how many columns. So let's say if you wanted to display maybe 2 rows of 3 products, you're going to select here, instead of 4, you're going to put 3. And how many products in total? You're going to put 6. There you go. And now, as you can see, you have 2 rows of 3 products. Or perhaps you want to display 4 columns and 8 in total. So let's try this. And there you go. So this is really up to you again, you know. It's just a matter of taste and preferences. So let's keep scrolling down. Okay, so this section is like a multimedia section. As you can see, latest on YouTube, the title of the book, maybe a small description. And right here, if you click on this, as you can see, we have a button, a play button, and then you can link this to any YouTube video. So you can, if you don't have a YouTube channel, you could maybe use a product review that you've seen online to promote a certain book. So that's very handy again, you know. Now you might want to change the background here, in which case you click on the main section. This is it, okay? You go to style, and that's our image. Now we can replace this with whatever we want. Now it does look good, don't get me wrong, but it's probably better to upload your own image, obviously. So we can scrub this one, click the plus sign, and let's upload a new file. So I found a nice one online. It's a book, basically, you know, since this is a bookstore, and then insert media. And there you go. As you can see, we have a totally different feel, and yet it looks very professional, of course. So select the right image for you. So let's go to the next section now. And here we have more YouTube videos. Obviously, nowadays people love watching videos and that type of interaction. So maybe you can have interviews with the author or things like this, okay? So how can you change this? Again, you can click on this. We have a play button, and instead of the link, just put the actual video right here, okay? And now how can you change the image here in the background? We go to advanced, and then background, and there it is. So feel free to change this for whatever you want, related to that book, obviously. So you could actually have the picture of the book itself, or if it's an interview with the author, maybe the picture of the author themselves. So let's scroll down the page. Now we have the latest audiobook. So again, this is a very nice way to interact with your visitors. So this time not with videos, but perhaps with podcast, So you could have maybe something like this, listen now, and then you can link that to whichever platform where you upload your podcast, maybe interviews or things like this, or maybe you can have someone to read out the first few pages or something like that, okay? And to link this, all you have to do, basically click on that, and as you can see, you insert the link right there instead of the hashtag, okay? And again, you can change the image here on top as well by just clicking on the blue pencil, change the image with your own, and that's basically it. And once you're done, don't forget to click update to save your changes. So now let's take care of our header and footer section. So if you go back on top here, as you can see, you cannot change anything from here. So we have to go back to our WordPress dashboard for this. So we can come out of there, exit, and from here we're going to go to appearance, customize. And now if you hover on top, as you can see, you have a blue pencil. So now we can start editing those different elements. So first, let's take care of our logo, obviously. So let's click on this. So at the moment we have John Roberts. So we're going to upload our own logo now. And for this, all we have to do is just to remove this one and then select logo. So let's upload a new image. So I found one online again, just a random one, Bookstore. There you go. And then select. And now you can crop this, obviously, because we don't need the full size. So we can just resize it very slightly. There you go. And now let me move myself so you can see. So we can crop the image. And there you go. We have our own logo now being displayed on our website. So let me put myself back here. As you can see, you can change the size as well if you wanted to. You can make it a bit smaller, maybe a bit bigger, whichever you're comfortable with. Okay, so maybe 148 would be just about perfect. And then we have our menu section. So we cannot change this from here immediately, but you can tweak these ones. So this is the search box, the size of the icon, and then you can change your shopping cart here, the icon as well. So you want it to be a bag, maybe a trolley or a shopping basket. So that's basically it. So if we scroll down the page, now we have access to our footer section. So here again, we can change our logo. And as you can see, there is nothing visible here. So what we need to do is click on text, and it will reveal this code here, okay? So what we need to do is basically to change this file here altogether with our new logo, okay? So for this, we go back to our WordPress dashboard, we go to media, and we're going to fetch the actual URL, okay? So let's click on this one, and there it is. As you can see, file URL. So copy to clipboard, there you go, and we go back here, and now we're going to highlight this, and Ctrl-V, replace that with our new one. There you go. And now we have our logo here. So publish. Now, if you wanted to make it a bit bigger, you can change the size here. Again, instead of 150, you could have maybe 160. And there you go. We have a bigger logo again. Okay. So don't forget to click publish from time to time as well to save your changes. Right here, we have another item that we can change immediately from here. These are all your social media icons. As you can see, you can select among all the different options. You can add as many as you want. So let's say if you wanted to add YouTube or maybe WhatsApp or maybe Patreon or any of them, all you have to do is select them, add social icon, and then you can tweak them around, okay? So let's say Instagram here. Let's click on this, and this is the URL. So basically, if someone clicks on it, you're going to type the URL here to your actual Instagram page. And then the same with Facebook, put the URL right here, and so on and so on. So let's say you don't have a Twitter account, maybe you don't have a YouTube channel or anything like this, you want to delete it, just click on this, there it is, now it's gone. And again, if you wanted to add one, all you have to do is just select, and now you can add YouTube and add social icon. And then one last thing that we can change from here is the copyright statement here. As you can see, copyright, you have a few shortcodes as well, so it's going to fetch the current year and the site title automatically, and you might want to tweak this around a little bit. So instead of powered by in the site title, you might want to put your company name. So for instance, Riverside Bookstore Limited, if that's your company name, okay? So people can identify you immediately. And again, don't forget to click publish. And that's basically it. So now we can go back to our WordPress dashboard. So now we're going to take care of our two menu sections. As you can see, this one here on top and this one in the footer section. So those two, we have to take care of them separately. So let's go back here. So for this, we go to appearance and then menus. And right here, we have the content of our menu section. So we have home, books, author, blog, contact. And as you can see, home, books, author, blog, contact. So this is basically where you can create all the items that will be displayed in your menu section. So how can you add elements to your menu section? As you can see by the side, you can add pages, you can add posts, you can even add custom links if you wanted to. Let's say maybe a link to your YouTube channel or something like this. You can select product categories and WooCommerce endpoints. So how do you add pages? For instance, you have all your pages here. So if you scroll down, as you can see, you have all the different names. You can view them all. And if you wanted to add them to your menu section, all you have to do is just select it. Okay. So let's say if you wanted to add the shop page here. So let's take this, add to menu. There you go, automatically we'll add it at the bottom of the menu section. Now you can move this around, just hover on top and then move it. So let's say you want this to be here underneath books, that's fine. Or maybe you want to be a subcategory and then you can indent it a little bit, just like this. So let's click save and let me show you what it looks like in the front end. So if you refresh now, there you go, as you can see now I have home, books, and underneath we have shop. So if I click on shop, it's going to bring us to the shop page immediately. So this is basically it. Now if you wanted to remove the indentation here, click save menu. Let's go back to our home page, click on the bookstore, and there it is. Now you have books and then shop next to it. Okay, so this is how easily you can customize this. And you could also add the product categories if you wanted to. So as you can see here, we have a screen option here on top. Click on this and tick this box here, product categories. So you can close this. And as you can see here, this has been added to our sections. Now we have fantasy, sci-fi, and history, and you can view them all. Okay, so as you can see, they're all here. So if you wanted to add them to your menu section, just add them all like this. Okay, one by one. Sports and suspense, add to menu. Very good. And now we can put them underneath our shop section. So if you bring the shop section here, and now you can indent them all one by one. There you go. And if you click save now, and now if we go to our home page, as you can see, you have shop with a drop-down menu. And now we could go to the fantasy section all together and have only books related to fantasy. So this is how you can create your menu section. Okay, very good. So now perhaps you want to check out our other video on how to build a bookstore using paid resources this time. If you want to do so, you can watch it here.